I feel it's a terrible thing for someone to be alone when they just gave birth. I don't know why this always makes me emotional talking about pregnancy and childbirth.
I think it comes naturally. For me, I think it did.
Look at it.
Because even you had platforms that you were on, like WhatsApp groups, or you could buy stuff, you could ask any question, oh, this is happening. But for guys, what? Different for both of us because I mean, for me, I would go and ask my guy friends, like people I don't know, not relate with, but yeah, like because they're like me. So what the experience is what I will kind of experience. And I'm sure for you was, your girlfriends and
that are mummies.
They're already mummies.
Yeah.
That will give you advice. But now for guys, it's different because me, I was just told you get ready to not sleep. You will view life differently, which is the truth as a man, because now you have another mouth to feed. But it wasn't in-depth, and that's what I've been experiencing because I don't know, no one prepares you for the emotional roller coaster that comes with it, from pregnancy all the way to the kid coming. And as guys, we keep so many things to ourselves, so we don't really say things, or we're embarrassed, or I don't know what it is exactly, but we're not as open as you would maybe on your side.
That's true, because as women we share a lot, so I think it's quite easy for women. But then also I've learned not to take that privilege for granted, because it's not all women who have the chances to actually have honest and open conversations sometimes about these things, or sometimes you might not have someone to talk to about these things when you're going through this journey. So I've come to kind of have a heart of gratitude towards the privilege I've had having women around me that I can have these conversations with. But when it comes to, now this is throughout the pregnancy, but as he said, the emotional part, I don't think anyone can really prepare you for that. I don't think there's any research textbook that can really pinpoint how you personally as the person who you are going to experience.
But still I insist, like for women, you guys talk.
We do.
You guys talk about it. You're like, oh, how do I get through this? Blah, blah.
Yeah.
But for guys, there's just no
conversation.
Yeah, we just, like, society has made us to just get through and just be tough and just be like, okay, accept the situation and just, hope for the best. And there's no preparation. Because even you had platforms that you were on, like WhatsApp groups, or you could buy stuff, you could ask any question, oh, this is happening. But for guys, what?
Not really. But I think when I became with child, being the last born for the longest time in my family, everyone was just looking at me like I'm still a child. I was 26. So everyone was almost really more of taking care of me than telling me what to expect. I think they were scared they would scare me, which is okay. I was fine. So most of the information I got most of the informational information I got was from the internet. So I watched a lot of videos. The only thing I refused to watch was childbirth. I think I watched it once just before I gave birth, and it was the scariest thing I've ever seen. I think it's still the scariest thing I will ever see. Oh my goodness, it's terrible. I'm getting flashbacks. So most of the information I got was online. The other ones that I would get were just here and there from my aunts and, just people who would say this and that. Oh, usile sukari nyingi, this and this will happen. Oh, kama wala pilipili sana mtoto wako atakuwa mkali. That was what they said, right? Such things. Yeah, so it was more just information that is more of cultural, not really medical. Not really informational information, just cultural information.
Because I lost my first pregnancy. I lost my first 4 pregnancies. So I then started educating myself. I guess my mom would always say, be careful. His mom always used to say, don't lift heavy things or don't stand on high stools.
At that time, there was no, I mean, you didn't hear, people didn't come out, saying that we've lost pregnancies.
Yeah.
It's now that you hear of it. But before,
it was not a normalized conversation.
So even our conversation would be, I think, by ourselves. Like, did you read that?
Yeah. I think also our education came from every gynecologist, because we changed a few gynecologists.
You're lucky you speak to women who go through. I think men don't. I think we jump that. I think that topic, if it did happen to you, I think we overlook it and we never speak about it. That's
because you're taught, be a man.
The communal raising of the child. I feel it's a terrible thing for someone to be alone when they just gave birth. I don't know why this always makes me emotional talking about pregnancy and childbirth. But I feel like you should never be alone. So that thing of going home and being taken care of is always good, I feel. What else? I had my mom's friends who came over and they gave me a massage every day for, I can't remember for how long, maybe it was a week, maybe it was 2 weeks. But every day using really hot water, my entire body. And I feel like that kind of helped me snap back. Although I also didn't gain a lot of weight during my pregnancy, but that did help as well. They used to bring me food that would help you lactate more. So such practices, I think, should stay forever.
So my mom was kind enough, well, as is part of our culture, to come and be there, just to be present, first of all, and in case there's any help, to just guide her through. Because her mom is all the way in Burundi, and it was smack in the middle of lockdown at that time. So my mom just came from Shags and stayed with us for, 2-3 weeks? Yeah.
3 weeks, because it was 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
So, and then a week after, so about 3 weeks.
Exactly. And her presence just, it helped a lot. Of course, there's a way that we wanted to do it. And we sat down with her and told her this is the direction we're going, and she was cool with it. And she helped with talking about things about labor, how to go through it, because she's given birth 3 times. So she has experience, and you being a first-time mom also, and getting that from, someone like my mother it's very beneficial, and it helped to some extent, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But when it comes to cultural stuff, I don't think we had any of that going, really. I don't know if it's because we were in a pandemic. That also could be could be part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because also choosing to forge our own path.
Yeah.
As a couple and as individuals.
But funny enough, our path is very cultural. Like what we chose to do, because we did a home bath in the house. And that's how they used to do it.
It's tradition. It's more traditional than cultural, actually. Yeah. Because tradition,
still the same.
Ish. Yeah.
My mom is a very selfless person, so she never gave herself time. She never had time to herself during her mothering experience. So she was very categorical in telling me I need time for myself. If there's something she insisted, it was that. Even if she would take the baby by herself and go with her for a drive or something, she insisted that I needed to have time for myself so that I could recharge and be able to take care of the baby. That is something that really helped me. Just stepping out for a bit and breathing and having someone to talk to and who understands how challenging it is. She really did that for me, and that helped me a lot because that goes a long way. Just recharge and then, you go back.
How did we prepare? We didn't like prepare 9 months. We didn't prepare for the delivery because we had had 4 miscarriages. So we were prepared that anything can happen at any time. So it was a month by month, I feel. For me, it was a month by month.
For me, I think, because when we lost our earlier pregnancies, it was at a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months.
No, it was like 9 weeks, 12 weeks.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
But when we had our daughter, I think after the 4th, 5th month, I'm like, I think
we're good.
It's okay, because obviously now.
But then again, we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, but
that something could go wrong.
Yeah. But then, that's true. But for me, I was like, okay, now we go for the scans and we see everything's okay.
I think during the entire time I was pregnant, I feel like I was kind of in a trance. Like I just knew, okay, this is going to happen, but I wasn't, like I was just going through it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if I was prepared. I had no idea how it would be, but the funny thing is I wasn't really terrified, which is funny. I just remember just going through it, knowing that, okay, so this is happening. It has to happen. Like, it's going to get there. You're going to get to 40, 42, 38 weeks and you're going to give birth. So it's going to happen. So just kind of went through it, just knowing it's going to happen until finally it happened. Man, it was a crazy time.
I think it comes naturally. For me, I think it did.
Look at it.
No, it comes. For me, like I said, we I mean, obviously, we knew that pregnancy was fine, but when we held it, it was just a different feeling. I mean, we were. I was in love straight away. I don't know about you. No, so I think it just comes naturally for parents, new parents, whatever. I think when you hold that baby, I think the sense of responsibility is just there.
Yeah.
I think.
And when I heard her cry, it's like this person. You know this person already. And I was like, oh my God, that's my baby. And then when they brought her to me, for that skin to skin, it was just that. And I think you hear a lot of mothers say that. I just knew this person. I just knew who this person was. But of course, you question yourself as a mother as time goes on now. The reality sinks in. You've got hormones that you're dealing with. You're breastfeeding. So it's like, oh my God. And I love how Raj's like, yeah, it just comes naturally. Yeah, so cool. I think a mother always second guesses herself. You're always like, am I doing it right?
The most important thing, the thing that now brings everything together is just the love of this kid. Like it's everything. His smile just changes the world, to be honest.
It makes everything worthwhile.
Yeah.
And it makes everything a little bit easier.
Yeah.
A little bit easier. I think I have a girlfriend who says God has a really funny sense of humor because there's a reason why he makes them so small, cute. So cute, and so
adorable.
Like, there's a reason he does that.
Yeah.
Because the process to...
If they were not cute.
Not just cute, it's just... the little things and the way they see the world.
Yeah,
the way
innocence.
The innocence, you just look at them and you realize, this is what they know is just me, really.
They need my guidance.
So it just makes things a little bit less more hectic. Yeah.